Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever it is, wherever you're at. Hi, I'm Big John TW, and this right here, this is my YouTube channel. Today, we're going to do a product review. We're going to do a product review of mixing the Big Buddy here with a stove fan. I did a lot of research on this before I attempted this, and I was warned that the Big Buddy heater here, or the Little Buddy heater, on low reaches the bottom of max, or the top of max heat for the stove fans. So I went into this knowing that there's a probability that someone is wrong and this could fail. Okay, but I'd watched video after video after video after video, and it didn't fail for any of them. So I went ahead and I went out and bought me a Big Buddy, and I bought me the stovetop fan. Now, might I say separately, these two were two of the best purchases I've made in a while. Okay, the Big Buddy heater is amazing when it comes to heat. It's amazing when it comes to just the volume of space that you can warm up and how quickly you can warm it up. Now, the tabletop stove fan, the stove fan here, alone was an amazing purchase. It was $35 on Amazon. Not only did it come with a fan with dual motors, but it also came with this nice mitten, and it also came with, if you can't tell up here, it is a stove thermometer. Now, personally, I wish I would have been more of the engineer and less of the giddy schoolboy when the purchase came in. What I did was I just went ahead and put it all together and started it up and remembered, hey, this needs to be on low. But that's where things got a little sketchy. Okay. The reason why I say that's where things got a little sketchy is because the stove fan worked, and I do say worked, for about 5 to 10 minutes. And then this fan here stopped working. That's whenever I took the fan off and I started going back into my normal me mode, which is engineering mode, and I started testing. I took the stove thermometer out, put it on. That's when I immediately noticed that on low, the heat is not supposed to get over 645-ish Fahrenheit. Well, that didn't happen. Or it's 675, sorry. That wasn't happening. It was sitting at right at, if not over, 700. As you guys can tell, I have this. Well, I had it on medium. On low, this unit runs with one burner at 700 degrees Fahrenheit, which is already 25 degrees over the max temperature for the fan, which I did not realize. I should have done my due diligence and tested out the heat of the Big Buddy heater um, before I placed the fan on it. But like I said, I was like a giddy schoolboy. Um, Now that I am more relaxed and calm, it's on there now. It's at 700. Um, so now it's more of a warning, and it is a warning that if you have the means, which I did, never trust anything you really see on YouTube with a grain of salt. Okay. Always test for yourself. In the engineering world, it's called validation. You always validate and revalidate your data. Because had I revalidated the data, what I would have realized is that when I stuck the thermometer on top, it gets up to 700 degrees. 700 degrees is actually 25 degrees hotter than the maximum temperature for the fan. So, this is my lesson learned. But, Einstein once said no one learned anything from success. So let's look at what a failure looks like. Okay? Because this got too hot, the very first thing that should have clued me off was the sticker at the top, the warning sticker at the top, actually curled up, turned black. And this is all within minutes. The wires got warm enough to pull themselves out of what they were stuck in. And they actually began to melt. When I say they began to melt, I mean there's actually bare spots on the black wire. There's a bubble here on the red wire, and underneath the heat shrink tape, it started actually to drip plastic. So that's not a good thing. The max temperature is the max temperature for a reason. It's the maximum that it can withstand. I should have been more avid to paying attention, but I didn't. So this is just a great experience for all of us to learn. Yeah, that's pretty much what happened for me. Although I do have like I said, I have a setup in my kitchen. I actually have a kerosene heater, and that's what this was actually not going to take the place of, but they're to subsidize because my kitchen is like 700 and something square feet, so it's huge, sitting on a foundation. It's getting close to winter, so it's starting to get hard to manage and keep it warm. So I bought two of these. I still have the other one. The other one's on the kerosene heater. The kerosene heater, amazingly enough, just barely turns on the stove fan. And the irony is, I thought that the kerosene heater, which is a full-size circular kerosene heater, the Big Buddy actually outperforms that big kerosene heater. And with a 20-gallon propane tank hooked up, it's actually cheaper to run. But for the purposes of my kitchen, I still have the kerosene heater there. The kerosene heater, the little fan works perfectly for the kerosene heater. And actually on the top of the kerosene heater, I have an aluminum tray with the scented waxes in it. So I put that behind the little fan and let the fan disperse the heat and the smell. So I mean, the fan itself works wonderfully. Stay within parameters. Engineering is not make believe. And the stove fan works wonders with no electricity. But all in all, so yeah, I just wanted to go ahead and once again give you guys a good look at the cause, what happens when you overheat it. You know, without having, you know, this is not a sponsored stream. Whenever I look stuff up and I buy them, I mean, it's just like everybody. I'm nothing special. And you know, I'll take the L for the burning of that one. I didn't do my due diligence. The stove thermometer and the oven mitt come with the stove fan, so it's not like they didn't know that this was possible, and it's not like they didn't give me the means to properly do this. I just put the cart before the horse. But my loss is everybody's gain. Now you can see. So considering the fact that the way the Big Buddy and the Little Buddies are made, low and medium on a Big Buddy is the same as low and high on a Little Buddy. It all uses one chromatic tile, just like the Little Buddy has only one chromatic tile. So this is the equivalent of a Little Buddy, and I would have to say that because we are pushing the high limit and pushing just over the high limit, I wouldn't make a suggestion for getting a stove fan for a Little Buddy either, because on low, low is still too hot, which, I mean, in the realm of heaters, I guess that would be that would be just, you know, that would actually be a good problem to have. It just makes the circulation a little bit more difficult, but it is what it is. I'd like to thank you guys for watching. If you like this video and you made it this far, do me a favor, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, ring the bell, give me a thumbs up. Let me know I'm doing something right. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.